Hi, I'm Tad Caldwell, and welcome to the Nerddery, the boarding and breeding ground for nerdlings. So today we're going to talk about a few gadgets that are upcoming, 3 to be exact, that I think look cool. Now, I'm a bit of a gadget file. I love gadgets. I don't buy a lot of them because, I don't have a lot of money, and oftentimes they're a waste of money, but I like them. I like them in concept, and I used to buy more of them. I had a Nokia N800, which was like a small pocketable tablet before the iPod Touch was even released. Similar in concept, but way cooler because it ran a version of Linux on it and was much more customizable and didn't lock you down to the icky Play Store or icky App Store. So anyway, moving forward, so we got 3 gadgets that we're going to look at today. These are all on Kickstarter or Indiegogo, so they're not even fully released. Though one of them is shipping out its first items this week, so that's pretty cool. So I like these 3 objects. I like these 3 products because I think they solve some problems. I think that they're interesting and unique enough to spotlight and to highlight. So you can expect videos like this from time to time where I spotlight interesting and unique items or products that I found. They won't necessarily be technology. They won't necessarily be on Kickstarter or Indiegogo, but they will be interesting products that you might want to look into. So the first one is the Z Time by My Chronos. And I am a smartwatch wearer. I know a lot of people like them, a lot of people don't. I have a Pebble Time on my wrist right now, and I've never seen a smartwatch that I want other than the Pebble Time because of its always on screen, its incredibly long battery life, and it's just really, really nice. And I don't really care for the Apple Watch. I don't really care for most of the Android Wear watches because I want to be able to tell what time it is without hitting a button or tapping the screen. I do also like the fact that it's not a touch screen, which to me is kind of nice. I don't have to touch the screen to interact with it. Now, the Z Time is a little different. It is a watch created by watchmakers first, and secondly, a smartwatch. It has a 30-day battery life and is water resistant up to 30 meters. But what's really cool about it is that there's actual legitimate physical hands on it. So they took a screen and touchscreen and they drilled a hole through it and they add the hands, and the hands tick and talk just like a normal watch. So the screen is dark when you're not looking at it, so it's not like an always on screen like the Pebble. But since the hands always tick, you can always tell what time it is by where the hands are placed. And you can tap it or move it to turn on the screen and to see other information, other alerts. So there's a lot of nice watch faces that are going to come with it and some pre-installed apps. One of the cool things is the watch hands will automatically move if you, say, change time zones or if there's a notification on your screen. The watch hands will move so that you can see what the notification is and then will put themselves back where they need to be once that's done. So this one works with Android and iPhone, and it has your standard abilities like heart rate monitor and fitness trackers and things like that. One of the downsides is, at least at the beginning, there will be no third-party app support and no third-party watch face support. Hopefully that'll change. They say that they want to introduce that further along the way, but the first shipments and the first operating system installed on the device will not accept those things. I feel like that's a major drawback. That's something that you need from the get-go is third-party app support and third-party face support. One of the number one things that people like about their smartwatches is having customizable and changeable faces. I used to change my Pebble Time watch all the time. So this is currently on sale at Indiegogo for $149 for pre-order. It's not going to launch until September, I believe. And then once they've launched, if the pre-orders are done, it'll be $199 for the watch, which once again is good compared to the Apple smartwatch and some of the higher end smartwatches. But I just found it really unique that it actually has legitimate hands on it, and it's the first smartwatch I've been interested in since Pebble went out of business. So the second one is the Cintiq Superbook. Now the Cintiq Superbook is essentially a dock for your smartphone that turns it into a laptop. So you plug your smartphone into this device, and voila, you have a keyboard, a decent-sized screen, touchpad, and they've paired it with some software that they've created to give you a desktop-like environment in Android. So it's still running Android. You can still run all of the apps that you could run before, plus some that they've created specifically for their environment. So you still have access to Google Chrome, and you have access to your documents through Google Drive, and all of that, but you also have a larger screen. Now, you might wonder why that would be helpful. Well, really, it's a drop-in replacement for a Chromebook. You know, for the price they're currently selling it for, $129, you can pre-order the one with a 768p screen. So that's not super high definition, but it's high enough for probably what you're going to want to do on it anyway. And it's it's 189 for the 1080p screen. So given those kind of specs, you know, you're dealing with some pretty nice equipment for inexpensive cost. It pretty much gives you a laptop. Now, you won't be able to play, you know, Half-Life 2 on it. I don't know why I mentioned that. That game is really old. You won't be able to play, I don't know any modern games. I don't play very many video games. But you won't be able to play your modern video games on it. You won't be able to install Windows applications on it. But you will be able to browse the internet. You will be able to use whatever apps you have on your phone in a desktop-like environment. So in my opinion, this is a really good deal. It's cheaper and most likely going to be faster as long as you have a high-quality smartphone than your normal Chromebook, and definitely faster than a $250 Windows computer that you're going to want to shoot yourself after using for 10 minutes. So it also gives you an 8 hours of battery life, and that 8 hours of battery life also charges your phone through the USB connection to it. So I think this product is really cool. They're shipping it out to the first 500 people for some bug testing this week, so hopefully we'll hear some more about that. Now, it's something I'm going to keep an eye on. If the reviews are well and the price stays reasonable, I may consider picking one up just because it would be helpful to have something on the go. Though, you know, there are some limitations, like you really probably couldn't do any video editing, audio editing, or anything like that. So you are limited in some ways. So you got to factor that in when you think of a purchase like this, but it's still a cool concept and a cool idea. And the last one I want to talk about is the Aryzon. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. It's Aryzon, and this is like an augmented reality headset, but it's made out of cardboard. So it's like the Google Cardboard was for VR, this is for AR. And honestly, I think AR is cooler than VR in some ways. Yeah, I have a VR headset right there, a Gear VR. Can't afford anything nicer than that, but it's kind of cool to sit in a couch in, you know, a cabin in the mountains and watch Netflix, but you're really just in your Gear VR, and most likely I'm watching Star Trek, if I'm going to be completely honest. So AR, rather than removing you from the world you're in, adds a layer on top of the world you're in. There's a lot of practical and entertainment purposes for this, but this headset is incredibly inexpensive. It's you can right now on Kickstarter, you can pay $32, and that'll get you a copy of one when it's finished, along with the software that comes with it. So you put it on your head, and you look through it, you slide your phone into it, you find a target that you want to use. It can be anything, a piece of paper, a laptop, whatever you want. Tell the phone that's what your target is, and it will project things onto that target for you that then mesh with the real world around you. These are three-dimensional images that you're going to be seeing on these products. So it's kind of really cool that this concept is out, and I don't exactly know what it would be good for, but at the same time, it's cool technology that once we perfect and once we move forward with, has a lot of applications. So this allowing such a cheap price to get it into everyone's hands, I think is pretty cool. It's what Google Cardboard did for VR, and that was pretty neat as well. So here's 3 products. There'll be links in the description to these Kickstarters and Indiegogo pages. You know, let me know what other products you've seen. Feel free to email me at thenerddery@gmail.com if you come across a cool product you think I should showcase. Let me know if you're interested in any of these, or if you are already a backer of any of these. If you have one, let me know, and let me know what you think of it so that I can send that information out. So thanks for watching the Nerddery. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter, subscribe to this channel, and like this video. Till next time, it's been the Nerddery.